enthusiasts. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Till you're sick, let us establish you now as a patient and have your medical history on hand and ready to go. It's in Glasgow. 70-629-6722. Jot that number down, put it in your phone, and have it ready for when you need quality health care. You can also connect with us on Facebook. Jackson Hill.
From Kentucky Newsberry. A woman life sentence for the murder of her stepson will serve out her term after her bid for parole is rejected by the Kentucky Parole Board.
The board Monday ruled Stephanie Spitzer must serve out her life sentence. She was sentenced to life for the 1992 murder of 10-year-old Scotty Baker. Last week at her hearing, Spitzer told the board,
The Kentucky Division of Forestry is preparing for fall wildfire season.
U of L interim President Greg Postal came out of a 2-hour days to explain in more detail exactly.
And I'm...
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Going up.
I've got the cure.
It's time to slow down and spend time with the family at Riverside RV Park and Resort. It's cabins too. Make some memories hiking or swimming or visiting all the local attractions like Dollywood. Free Wi-Fi and cable TV. Riverside has 40 plus years in helping families reconnect. Make your reservations now. Call or go online at riversidecamp.com. Riverside RV Park and Resort on the peaceful side of the Smokies.
Comfort is something we all want to feel. No one knows this better than
WCLU is 622. We have a temperature reading of 63 degrees at our studios this morning. In area funeral announcements this hour, Thomas R. Reese, age 84, of Edmonton, died Monday at the Metcalfe County Health Care Facility. He was a member of the Chestnut Grove Christian, survived by 4 sisters. Christine Green, determined to be in the Horse Cave Cemetery. Visitation begins at 11 o'clock Saturday morning at the church. The Brooks Funeral Home is in charge. Jeff Hatcher, age 56, of Glasgow, died Sunday at the medical center after his struggle with a long illness. He was a native of Hart County and a former employee of R.R. Donnelly & Sons, Southern Wonder Company, and Dart Container Corporation. He was a car enthusiast and an avid UK and NASCAR fan. He is survived by his daughter, Jamie Hatcher Garden, and husband Alex of Litchfield, his mother, Sue Skipworth Hatcher, and sister Kim Hatcher, both of Horse Cave, and companion Beth Reed of Glasgow. Funeral services for Jeff Hatcher will be at 11 o'clock Wednesday at the Wynn Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the Horse Cave Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be from 2 until 9 today at Wynn Funeral Home, and after 9 on Wednesday. Owen D. Richardson, age 60, of Glasgow, died Thursday at his home. He was a self-employed carpenter and craftsman. He was a member of the First Nazarene Church in Glasgow. Survivors include his wife, Cookie Richardson, his mother-in-law, Alice Metter, 2 sisters-in-law, Sherry Ross and Debbie Billingsley of Glasgow, a niece and 3 nephews, Wendy Tatum, Jonas, Jacob, and Wesley Billingsley. 3 special aunts, including Mary South of Glasgow, 1 in New Jersey and 1 in Tennessee. He also leaves behind his pet dog, Little Bit. A memorial service for Owen D. Richardson will be at the First Nazarene Church on Saturday, October the 21st at 2 p.m. Arrangements are under the direction of the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Carolyn Waddell Johnston, age 68, of Munfordville, died Sunday at the Medical Center, Coverny Emergency Room. Carolyn was a retired teacher of 37 years with the Hart County School System. She taught for 27 years at Cub Run and 10 years with the migrant program of Hart County. Carolyn was a member of the Munfordville Baptist Church and is survived by her husband, Noel Johnston, 1 son, Todd Johnston of Munfordville, 2 daughters, Wendy Johnston of Munfordville and Christy Beth Adams of Nashville, 2 grandchildren, Mason and Noelle Adams, 2 sisters, Ada Avery and Marilyn Johnston, both of Elizabethtown. Service for Carolyn Waddell Johnston will be Thursday at 1 at Seago Funeral Home, with burial to follow in the St. Benedict Cemetery at Wax. Visitation will be Wednesday from 4 until 8 and after 8 a.m. Thursday at the Seago Funeral Home. Memorial donations may be given to St. Jude's Children's Hospital. Harold B. Copas, age 63, of Tompkinsville, died Sunday at the Medical Center of Bowling Green. Harold was the son of Mildred Connor Walker of Tompkinsville and the late Guess Avery Copas. In addition to his mother, he is survived by 3 stepsons, Kevin Thompson of Florida, Randy Hagan of Indianapolis, and George Thompson of Cave City, by a sister, Betty Fish of Glasgow. 4 brothers, David Copas of Missouri, Darrell, Ronnie, and James Copas, all of Tompkinsville, and several step-grandchildren. Graveside service for Harold B. Copas will be held at the Jane Yoakley Cemetery at 3 p.m. this afternoon, with burial to follow in the Jane Yoakley Cemetery. Christina L. Jones, age 40, of Glasgow, died Saturday at the Bowling Green Medical Center. She is survived by her brother Harold Green and a sister Kimberly Green. Graveside services for Christina L. Jones will be today at 1 p.m. at Pleasant Grove Cemetery. Visitation is in progress at Hatcher and Sadler Funeral Home. Service for Alma Dennis, age 86, of Munfordville, will be Wednesday at 1 o'clock at Seago Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Center Point Cemetery. Visitation begins today at 10 a.m. Visitation for William Bill Atchley, age 62, of Bonnieville, will be today from 3 until 6 p.m. at the Seago Funeral Home. The family chose cremation. Services for Robert Bobby Britt, age 82, of Glasgow, will be at 11 o'clock today at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery with military honors provided by DAV Chapter 20 of Glasgow. Service for Sonia Ray Napier, age 51, of Cleabet, will be this morning at 11 o'clock at Cleabet United Baptist Church. Burial is to be in the Kinzer Cemetery. The Patton Funeral Home is in charge. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day free at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do. Andre, I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
You're watching WCLU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
3131. 632 WCLU, 61 degrees. Let's turn to local sports. A light schedule yesterday because of fall break, but in boys soccer, Bardstown defeated Hart County 6-2. Today in volleyball action, we have Glasgow visiting LaRue County at 6:30, and Monroe County is going to be at Hart County at 5:30. Let's go ahead and check out the weather forecast for today, as we're going to be looking at, going to be looking at some warmer temperatures. That's really about it. Ray Stajic explains.
Just a bit of gray sky in this morning. Those aren't rain clouds. We'll go through the day, and any clouds around will burn off pretty quickly. We'll get into the afternoon and have sunshine. Probably going to see the sun this morning, but mostly sunny conditions this afternoon. So just some clouds giving way to sunshine, and 84 this afternoon. Tonight, clear 56. Tomorrow, sunny 82. Thursday and Friday, a mix of clouds and sunshine with highs in the low to mid-80s with no mention of wet weather until maybe early next week. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 79% humidity, southeast winds at 5 miles an hour. 30.34 is the pressure. And no precip in the past 24 hours. 61 degrees at WCLU.
Everyone's time is at a premium. Using
priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry. Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
Ralphie on. And you know, at Ralphie's, they're having a big time this week because it's fall break. Do they take it off? No, they don't. Do they make sure it's more fun than any time of the year? Could be. You just got to get out there and check out. They have specials each and every day for folks to enjoy fall break the Ralphie's way. So come on out there and enjoy that today. Let's see here. We got birthdays this morning. We have just learned about Betty Gentry, who is celebrating a birthday today. Daniel Pointer has a birthday. Ken Wood out at Bluegrass Sailor. Ken has a big birthday. It's Mike Ross, Anthony Walden, Dixie Lynn Jackson, Brenda Wyatt, Ruby Nunnally, Justin Wood. Justin, by the way, is 39 today. Anniversaries, we've got Russell and Amy Hawks. It's their second anniversary. Also the second anniversary of Luther and Brenda Rainey, and the second anniversary of Buck and Ashley Heiser. Boy, it was busy a couple of years ago with those anniversary couples first being wed. So the phone lines are open here at 651-9149 or at 800-956-1023. Online, WCLUradio.com. I'm pumped up because it's almost time to do the archives, and we'll get into that in just a moment. A big thank you to Ralphie's Fun Center for sponsoring the birthdays and making such things as fall break extra fun.
Do you? TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Housing lender. Well, let's see here. A couple more birthdays called in during the break. A mama called up, a proud mama of her daughter. I'm sorry, not Gary. Gary's after that. Melissa White. Melissa White is 47 today, and mama says happy birthday to Melissa White. And we have Gary Davis celebrating a birthday. A good friend called up to wish Gary Davis a happy birthday. So we are up to date for sure. Remember, the Boys and Girls Club of Glasgow Barron County is closed through October the 6th for fall break. And remember also that there's going to be a site-based council meeting on Monday in the high school library at Caverna High School. We're just letting you know some interesting things that are going to be coming up. Now let me juggle my way over here to the archives. It's always fun to go look at the pathway that we have taken to get here. And today is going to be no different. The archives today brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services. And also brought to you by the Tony Hogan Health Clinic. Stand by for history.
15,000 inventory items, custom brake hoses while you wait, cylinder repair. Is there anything Joseph A. Wade can't do? Well, one thing's for sure, Joseph A. Wade Incorporated serves a large community of people who believe there's no job they can't do, and that's the same attitude Joseph A. Wade has in their line of work. So for the smallest screws, Allen wrenches, or drill bits, or even a 5-stage hydraulic cylinder measuring 25 feet in length, Joseph A. Wade's motto, no problem. Joseph A. Wade Incorporated, 311 Industrial Drive, Glasgow.
The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707.
All right, here we go with the archives. Going back down memory lane for 100 years.
Let's take this thing back 100 years.
Seemed like I had something I was going to tell you about, but it's been hectic up here, and I hadn't remembered it yet, but I will.
I've got a birthday.
All right.
Linda Riddle.
Linda Riddle.
Having a birthday today.
I know Linda. Let me get her on the list here. Linda Riddle. Yeah, it certainly is fun to think about the way we got here. And it looks like this over the decades. This story, anybody would read this story because this is an intriguing headline.
Okay.
100 years ago, the headline in the Glasgow Republican reads, "Not a Snake Story."
Okay.
So you want to know the rest of that story?
I mean, now I do.
Esquire G.W. Ellis, who lives on Ray Street near the John Lewis Pond, has had a bunch of fine ducks, but for
What?
he has had a bunch of fine ducks.
Oh, okay.
But for some reason unknown, they had been disappearing and never returned. Well, Monday, while Mr. John Nelson was painting nearby, he saw one of Mr. Ellis's ducks fluttering in the middle of the pond. He raised the alarm, and Mr. Ellis waded in and found his duck being drawn down by a huge turtle.
What?
Mr. Ellis got a hold of, and he drew out the duck. It measured 26 inches in length and was heavy in proportion.
The duck or the turtle?
The turtle. It says here, it's all true.
Goodness.
That's a big turtle. You got to be a big turtle to draw down a duck. 26 inches in length, and I like this, heavy in proportion.
Yeah, and they're mean, too. Ugh.
Anyway, that was 1917. The mystery about the, see there why the headline, "Not a Snake Story"?
There you go.
Is that it wasn't.
I always stop, like when it's the little cute little turtle mating season and they're always
Yeah.
crossing the road. I always stop
Yeah.
and help them across.
You do. Well, there's a compassionate side of you.
I mean, I don't like to see anything get squished like
No,
that. Unless it's a spider.
They can't help it.
No.
1927, the headline in the Glasgow Times reads, "Trade-in Campaign."
What?
The first award, a 1928 Dodge sedan automobile purchased from Dickinson Motors. The second award is a 1928 Ford touring car purchased from Newly Ewing Motors. The third award is a radio purchased from Radio Service Company. The fourth award is a three-piece living room suite purchased from Cisco Furniture.
Okay.
The fifth award is a wardrobe trunk purchased from Folks Economy Store. Never before have the merchants of Glasgow offered the buying public such inducements. With each 50-cent cash purchase or money paid on an account during this campaign, the participating business will issue you a Trade-in Glasgow coupon, which will be good for votes on the 5 valuable awards. Other inducements will be offered by the merchants issuing the coupons. I'm not clear how you win the car.
Right, yeah, exactly.
But I think you get these coupons for every 50 cents you spend.
It's like putting your name in the hat.
Yeah, and this is not some knockoff. This is in October of 1927, where first place is a '28 Dodge sedan.
I wonder if you could use them, if you got the coupons, getting the dope at the drugstore.
I don't know.
And then drive around the square
That's
with
right.
a drink.
You could tip the soda jerk.
I don't know.
1928.
That's the most random thing I've ever heard in my life, I think.
Not 1928. We're not doing the eights. We're going to 1937 right now. But this story. I mean, you have to write stories like this, but it doesn't answer a lot of questions.
Okay.
All right. 1937. Metcalfe County does not attempt to maintain a poor farm. But,
see, I think that's the most terrible thing to call it, the poor farm.
Well, here's the rest of the story. Metcalfe County does not attempt to maintain a poor farm, but instead boards its paupers under a contract awarded annually. Contract for the ensuing year was let Tuesday to H.B. England, who houses and feeds the paupers for $1.50 per week.
Who wants to buy the poor kids this year? Come bid on them. That's terrible.
Well, a monthly inspection of his premises and his wards is made by a member of the fiscal court. What about that? You don't, I don't know that the poor farm is a good term, but certainly I don't think the pauper is necessarily a much better term.
And they just, that's crazy. I'm sorry.
$1.50 a week for Mr. England per pauper, I guess it is.
Goodness.
All right.
They just call it, they could have tried to name it something a little bit nicer,
Yeah, well, like to what?
I mean, not the poor farm,
Okay,
I don't know, some kind of gardens,
This day in 1947, Sampson Community Hospital is included in plans announced last week by the Kentucky Board of Health in its report to the U.S. Public Health Service, which is compiling data to be used under the Hill-Burton Act by Congress for hospital improvements throughout the country. Approximately $2 million have been allocated for expenditures under the Act, which would defray one-third of the cost of such work, with local organizations paying the remainder. So 1947 seems like they were going to jump on the opportunity to get some improvements at the hospital, which was at that time was approaching 20 years old, and the Hill-Burton Act maybe would pay for some things that they needed.
That was some welcome help.
No question about it. This day in 1957, the Woodmen of the World presented a plaque to Mr. and Mrs. Harry Berry. The presentation was made for their untiring efforts and devotion to the organization in connection with the WOW program in the courthouse yard last Friday. An American flag was presented to the county judge pro tem. Glasgow High School band and a detachment of Boy Scouts participated in this excellent event there in 1957. Mr. and Ms. Harry Berry getting that plaque. All right, 1967. It was announced in the Glasgow Republican that Dr. Bob Guilfoyle is the new dog warden for Barron County, following the resignation of Jerry Whitty. Jerry Whitty, I guess, was the dog warden.
Is that like the dog catcher, animal control?
Yeah, but Dr. Bob Guilfoyle, the new dog warden for Barron County, 1967.
Is that in relation to like Micah Guilfoyle?
Yes, it is. That's their daddy.
Really?
Now we later we knew him as Bobby, Dr. Bobby Guilfoyle. But nonetheless, he was starting out as a young veterinarian, and that's the way to get your name out there.
I watched her sister. There was a video on Facebook of her getting sworn in as ambassador. That's a neat video to watch.
Yeah, it is. It's certainly it's quite the honor.
I mean, that's a pretty big deal.
It is, no question about it. Now we have some talking about growth and improvement. This day in 1977, it was announced that 2 new classrooms and a storage basement will be added to E.B. Terry Elementary School. So here we had the needs at the school's growing, and they were taking care of it out there at E.B. Terry.
Well, we're going to put all this stuff.
That's right. Get us a basement, an addition. Let's add a basement, which is not always the easiest thing to do, I don't think.
My brother-in-law had to dig a crawl space under their house.
Yeah?
Oh my goodness. It was an ordeal.
Yeah. Well, it's something you just got to do.
Can't imagine doing a whole basement.
No. Take a while.
I'm saying.
This day in 1987, Doug Burgess is the new assistant manager of the People's Security Finance Company at 117 Columbia Avenue. Congratulations to Doug Burgess in 1987. 1997, interesting story right here. A large crank lab was found this day on the edge of Hart County near Cave City on the Interstate Loop Road. The largest since 1991, said Jeff Staples, the Hart County Sheriff.
I knew Jeff Staples.
Yeah, well, I mean, is that right? Crank lab?
That's what they used to call them, crank labs.
The old crank lab.
Yes.
Well, anyway, there was one pretty close to civilization there, it sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
And anyway, I'm glad they found it. And then here we go. 10 years ago, this was the day. Talk about making a good move. This was the day in 2007 that the city of Edmonton took the final step in creating a planning commission for the city of Edmonton. That was a smart move indeed, one that I'm sure has paid off exponentially.
Yes.
And so that's just kind of the way things are cranking up here today.
Yeah.
We got the mystery of the.
You just said cranking up.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't think about that.
I love it. No, that's hilarious.
They're, I guess I could say they're cracking up. That wouldn't make any sense.
No.
Anyway, it's the archives. We learned about the sneaky turtles. And,
I'm saying.
We still
don't know how you're gonna win the car.
Yeah, we don't know exactly how many of those coupons you got to have.
Right.
I'm sure maybe we can get some more information on that. Thanks to the archivists who do the digging. We really enjoy being together and talking about history and explaining a few things. And join us tomorrow. We really thank our sponsors, Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services, and also brought to you by the Tony Hogan Health Clinic, which is a really nice place indeed. All right, that's it. 61 degrees, 650. Let's see what we can crank up next, okay?
Life insurance.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
A hometown experience with honest people, a novel idea, not at Bailey Gibson. We understand you work hard for your money and deserve the best when shopping for a vehicle. Times are tough and buying a vehicle is a big decision. Dad prides himself in having honest employees who will help in any way they can before and after your purchase. At Bailey Gibson, we
special request. We are patting on the back Russell and Amy Hawks. They're having their second wedding anniversary today, and some folks thought, well, they need to be patted on the back on their special day, and we're going to facilitate that. So if you see Russell and or Amy Hawks around town today, you be sure to pat them on the back. Tell them they're good as gold. From WCLU and a little taste of Texas. The morning forecast coming up, and we still got to play trivia.
To give you a hometown experience with honest people. Now that's an idea you can bank on.
Do you drop your change in the bottom of your purse? Did you know that loose change could help someone struggling to pay their electric bill? The Glasgow EPB has partnered with Community Relief for a new roundup program. By agreeing to have your EPB bill rounded to the next highest dollar, the change will be provided to Community Relief to help the less fortunate here in our community. Your spare pennies can make a huge difference for those struggling to pay for their vital electricity. If you're interested in the program, please call the Glasgow EPB at 651-8341.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Clouds around will burn off pretty quickly. We'll get into the afternoon and have sunshine. Probably going to see the sun this morning, but mostly sunny conditions this afternoon. So just some clouds giving way to sunshine, and 84 this afternoon. Tonight, clear 56. Tomorrow, sunny 82. Thursday and Friday, a mix of clouds and sunshine with highs in the low to mid-80s with no mention of wet weather until maybe early next week. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
79% humidity this morning. Southeast winds at 5 miles an hour. Pressure's at 30.34. And let's see, no precipitation the past 24 hours. And Ray said earlier, probably none till the first of next week. What do you think? We'll just sort of sit here and enjoy Mother Nature's beauty. And this weather update brought to you by your friends at South Central Bank. It is 61 degrees this morning.
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
Personal service is what it's all about at Bailey Gibson. From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle. Stop by or give us a call and find out what true personal service is all about.
Come on, give my Danny a call.
Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. #2 and #3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-through window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Oh.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders. Juicy and made with 100% white meat.
You're watching WCLU's live and local morning show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
Oh, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
It's suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow today.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Next, on West Main Street, next to Big Moose's, 270-261-2766.
All right, 6:58, 61 degrees this morning from WCLU. Enjoying the morning. Let's enjoy it a little bit more by giving somebody a chance to win something extremely enjoyable at one of the Extreme family of businesses here in Glasgow. Hang on for the question, and then you can chime in here and let us know what you think it is.
There are people just like you who are reaching their own level of success every day on the Extreme Fitness campus, just like Amanda.
My name is Amanda Hamilton. I've been a member at Extreme since around August. When going to Extreme, it's not like you're going to walk into any other gym where it feels like you're walking into a franchise. They know your name and they know what you do for a living, so it's almost like you're walking into your second family.
Amanda is passionate about competitive bodybuilding, so she enjoys having Extreme blends, healthy smoothies, and more right there at Extreme Health Club.
I will, after a workout, go and get a smoothie from them, because they can add the protein and aminos and things like that's really important to recover after your workout.
To sum it all up, Amanda says, the Extreme Fitness campus really does offer everything, no matter who you are.
I think it's just having the options in fitness. It's kind of your fitness.
To learn more, go to extremeky.com.
They offer everything you could need in fitness.
Let me give you another birthday here. Ann Hodges. That's Ann Hodges having a birthday today. Congratulations, Ann. And I told you about Linda Riddle, didn't I? I did. So here we go with the trivia question. 651-9149 or 800-956-1023. If you can answer this, then you're going to enjoy the trip to Extreme. Here we go. Thomas E. Watson was this party's last nominee for president, receiving just over 29,000 votes back in 1908. Name this late 19th century political party. Trivia. Don't think so. Trivia.
Socialist?
No, it's not right. Trivia.
Whigs?
Not the Whigs. I always thought that was a cool name for a political party, though. Thomas E. Watson, this party's last nominee for president, receiving just over 29,000 votes in 1908. As a member of what party?
Federalist?
No, it's not right. Trivia.
Populist.
That's party. It. Who is this speaking?
Shirley Bull.
Hey, Shirley, how you doing?
All right.
So, could you have been a member of the Populist Party? They were the People's. The nickname was the People's Party.
Mm-hmm.
But in they had their own party back starting in. I'm trying to remember what I read. It was late. It was the late 19th century. They were tired of these parties. Looked like they weren't for the people. So you know what? They started their own party, the Populist Party. There, Shirley.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that you've done what's required to win a trip to Extreme. Now, can you handle that, Shirley?
I think I can.
Well, we've got these little coupons here, that you can take down there to some of the different locations and try out some of the different things right there. You can't go wrong by trying that out, Shirley.
No, I don't think so.
And I hope that you have a good day. And I really thank you for calling in and winning trivia today, Shirley.
Well, thank you.
And we'll have you on again, I'm sure.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
It's Shirley Bull. Shirley says, yeah, I know what it is. It's the Populist Party. And interesting, they got 29,000 votes in 1908, but that's when they sort of said, that's the best we can do, and that's not enough to win. So there wasn't any, I guess, technically a populist party after that, even though, there's some good ideas in that theology. We'll play, let's see, tomorrow. Yes, it'll be tomorrow we play again. Who knows when you can chime in here like Shirley Bull did today. We'll look forward to it here on WCLU. It is 61 degrees. The news is now.
CBS News Update. Vigils in several cities last night, hours after 64-year-old Stephen Paddock took aim at fans at an outdoor concert in Las Vegas. He killed 59 people and injured 527 at the University of Las Vegas.
The amount of love that I see here is overwhelming.
CBS's Steve Futterman is in Las Vegas.
Paddock had lots of weapons. They were found inside the hotel room where he opened fire. They were also found at his home in Mesquite, Nevada, around an hour away from Las Vegas. And in both locations, officials found lots of ammunition.
Police say Paddock had filled at least 10 suitcases with guns and brought them into his room at the Mandalay Bay Hotel. Clark County Commissioner Steve Sisolak.
They were able to triangulate and locate that room and get people in there and saved countless lives.
President Trump will visit victims and first responders tomorrow. CBS News Update. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
I'm Jared Pursley.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
Would you like to choose when you pay your electric bill? With EPB iPay, you can. iPay allows you to draft money into your electric account online or at our office. The myusage.com website lets you keep track of how much electricity you're using and let you know your current balance. When your account's getting low, you can get reminders to add more money to your electric account by text or email. With iPay, there's no due date, no late fees. Sign up for iPay at the EPB office at 100 Mallory Drive.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902. Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Hi.
W253BN Glasgow. Services of Royce Radio Incorporated.
Good morning, everybody. It's 7:07 and 61 degrees, maybe a little bit warmer today than yesterday, but still dry. We'll check in with Ray Stajic here just in a few minutes, but let's go to the newsroom now for our next update of local news and WCLU News Director, Angela Briggs. Good morning, Angela.
Good morning, Henry. Early Monday morning, Deputy Joseph Ford conducted a traffic stop on a 1996 Chevy S10 after noticing the driver was leaning up against the steering wheel of the vehicle. Now, that's what gained the attention of law enforcement. And Deputy Ford was able to identify after a closer look at the driver and realized that it was 53-year-old Lauren Huddleston of Glasgow, who did not have a valid operator's license. A traffic stop was then made, and ultimately, Huddleston was arrested, charged with careless driving, DUI, no license, no registration, possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, trafficking in a controlled substance, and possession of drug paraphernalia. 2 passengers in the vehicle, 52-year-old Terry Huddleston and 41-year-old Paul Harper, both of Glasgow, were also arrested, each charged with possession of marijuana, possession of a controlled substance, and trafficking in a controlled substance. Both were lodged in the Barron County Detention Center. And a complaint call leads to a drug arrest. Responding to a complaint of a reckless driver and possibly intoxicated, Glasgow police officer Zane Greer located the blue Ford Explorer as it turned onto West Main Street from Reynolds Road. According to the citation, after making a very wide turn, the driver, 36-year-old Daytona England of Cave City, cut over in front of another vehicle, nearly causing a collision. A traffic stop was then made, and after being unable to pass a variety of field sobriety tests, England was taken into custody. During the vehicle search, 2 needles were found inside, one containing suspected meth along with a prescription pill. England was lodged in the Barron County Detention Center on charges of reckless driving, DUI, possession of a controlled substance, prescription of a controlled substance not in the proper container, drug paraphernalia, and failure to notify address change to the State Department of Transportation. West Central Kentucky gas prices continue their downward trend, and today's average of $2.86 is 6 cents less than last week. The current $2.55 national average is a couple of cents cheaper than last week, but it's the most expensive pump price seen at the start of October since 2015. AAA East Central says this can be attributed to the back-to-back hurricanes that affected the Gulf Coast refineries' production and national inventory levels. Gulf Coast refineries are building toward resuming normal operations, but it could take some longer than others to return to their pre-hurricane production rates. The EIA reports that Gulf Coast utilization rates are up about 12% to 85% of full capacity. Now, when it comes to local averages for 1 gallon of regular unleaded, as of this morning, it's a 4-way tie for the lowest price, with Cave City, Park City, Glasgow, and Munfordville all averaging $2.19 a gallon. Horse Cave's a couple cents higher at $2.21. Brownsville and Tompkinsville both at $2.28. Smiths Grove and Bowling Green are at $2.36 and coming in at an average of $2.56. Edmonton and Scottsville had the highest local area averages. And a lack of adequate financial resources can make it difficult for some survivors of domestic violence to leave an abusive situation. During Domestic Violence Awareness Month, which is October, Kentuckians are being asked to do what they can to help these survivors. The Kentucky Coalition Against Domestic Violence, along with Governor Matt Bevin, launched the Purple Purse Challenge yesterday. Marjorie Amon with the campaign says the money raised helps survivors with financial emergencies.
That's usually an outstanding utility bill, a car repair, a child's medical expense. When a survivor is trying to get on their feet, be independent, and start saving money, these things can really set somebody back a lot.
More than $31,000 in emergency assistance was provided by the fund in 2016 to more than 90 survivors. It's estimated 1 out of 4 women will experience domestic violence in her lifetime. The Kentucky Coalition Against Domestic Violence also runs an economic empowerment project that helps survivors become self-sufficient. Amon says for the sake of survivors and their families, it's important to not only address crisis needs in the moment, but to look at the future and build sustainable independence.
We do credit counseling. We have microloans so that survivors can build their credit back up. We have an IDA program, which is a matched savings program, so they can start saving to buy a car or a house or start a business.
The project serves an estimated 2,000 survivors of domestic violence every year. During October, folks are encouraged to support victims of domestic violence by wearing purple or donating to the Purple Purse campaign. It's 7:12 a.m., 61 degrees.
Betty
Fred
Turner
Parrish here
of
at
Glasgow
Parrish
had
Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Andre, I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders, juicy and made with 100% white meat.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
At PBI Bank, we pride ourselves on providing great customer service with a hometown feel. We invite you to come in and meet our friendly staff who can help you apply for a mortgage, apply for an ag loan, open an account, or help with any other banking service. Trust PBI Bank to be your banking partner for personal or business accounts. Come visit or call us today. We are a Kentucky-based community bank serving the Commonwealth for more than a century. Stop in or visit online at pbibank.com to learn more about what we can offer you.
TJ Regional Health offers a vast array of medical services in our community. The TJ Health Pavilion is home to over 35 family and specialty physicians, outpatient services center, the TJ Urgent Care, and the TJ Pavilion Pharmacy. The TJ Health Cave City Clinic is a walk-in medical care facility providing care 7 days a week with no appointment necessary. Stop by and visit one of our locations today.
You're watching WCLU's Live and Local Morning Show on all your favorite social media platforms, WCLUradio.com and EPB Channel 6.
In more local news, red tape reduction is an initiative spearheaded by Governor Matt Bevin, which aims to identify regulatory burdens that deter businesses from growing or locating within the state. Well, the Cabinet for Health and Family Services is working to eliminate numerous regulations reviewed as part of this initiative. The ones they're identifying are ones that are outdated, burdensome, or unnecessary to the public. As part of this reduction, the Cabinet for Health and Family Services collaborated with the State General Assembly to pass several pieces of legislation. Nearly 40 statute repeals and 31 updates were combined to make House Bill 276. Along with doing away with statutes they deemed unnecessary, the Cabinet was also given the flexibility to provide information for specific programs upon request, as opposed to a mandated report. House Bill 158 aligns the state and federal controlled substance schedules while still allowing them the flexibility to upschedule drugs that the state identifies for abuse. The State Division of Forestry is preparing for fall wildfire season. Each year, there are about 1,500 wildfires in Kentucky based on a 10-year average. State officials say most of the fires are preventable. Last fall, there were 420 fires that burned about 52,000 acres. Most of these started in November. The Division of Forestry says it is against the law to do any open burning within 150 feet of any woodland or brushland between 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. during the fall and spring forest fire hazard seasons. Those seasons run from October 1 to December 15th and February 15th to April 30th. The last fire season, 70 people were given citations for illegal burning and 14 were arrested and charged with setting fires. With WCLU Local News, I'm Angela Briggs. 7:17 a.m., 61 degrees.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Ed Huckleberry.
The Bowling Green wife of a guitar tech for Jason Aldean says her husband is okay after the Las Vegas massacre and recounts the moment her husband called to tell her he may or may not make it.
Ashley Mitz of Bowling Green says her husband, the guitar technician for Jason Aldean, called her during what's now the largest mass shooting in modern U.S. history to say,
I wanted to call and tell you that I love you and that just to pray. Please pray.
She tells WLKY her husband told her he didn't want her to hear about his death on the news. Ashley says about 15 minutes after the attack, he texted her saying he and the band were safe. I'm Haley Hansen.
A woman's body found Sunday in Lexington is identified as Megan Accord of Boyd County. Police say the 37-year-old woman was found near a railroad overpass. She was assaulted prior to her death, which is being ruled a homicide. Elizabethtown police want to know who stole 2 cars from a dealership. Police are using surveillance video to gather images of the men who stole the vehicles from Swope Chrysler Dodge Sunday morning. Taken were a 2009 Dodge Challenger and a 2008 Dodge Charger. There were no firings following the University of Louisville Board of Trustees meeting Monday, but the board is beginning the process of terminating men's basketball coach Rick Pitino and athletics director Tom Jurich. U of L interim president Greg Postal spoke after Monday's meeting.
We have been working on the acting AD appointment, and at this point we're still planning to call a press conference for tomorrow, I hope tomorrow afternoon, to make that announcement.
Nothing firm on that announcement yet today, but the new AD is expected to be introduced sometime this afternoon. I'm Ed Huckleberry.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
It's going to be the concert of the fall. The Sneed family proud to host the Inspirations, the Troy Burns family, and the Perry.
Yes, there are blue skies are coming, though the clouds are dark and gray.
It's Friday night, October the 27th at the Cave City Convention Center. Some of the most popular artists in gospel music today for one night only.
Out on the hills of glory land, so happy and free at God's right hand, they tell of
The Inspirations, the Perrys, the Troy Burns family, and the Sneed family.
I've never seen a promise God made to keep.
The Troy Burns family.
Somebody go get Jesus. Lazarus is sick.
Tickets are on sale now at the Cave City Convention Center. Get yours for this excellent night of gospel music now. October 27th, Cave City Convention Center, 773-3131. 721 and 61 degrees here at the studios of WCLU. Not a whole lot to report in local sports this morning. There was one boys soccer contest yesterday. Bardstown defeated Hart County. That final score 6-0. to 2. In volleyball today, Glasgow visits LaRue County at 6:30, and Monroe County travels to Hart County at about 5:30. Why don't we go ahead and talk about the way the weather forecast is shaping up for today? That'll be a good conversation for sure. And this WCLU weather update is brought to you today by Southern States.
Not much changing except temperatures over the next few days. Warmest day of the week is probably going to be, well, if it's not today, it'll be Friday. Both days will be in the middle 80s, and we'll only dip down into the low 80s in between. The bottom line is that a lot of words, but really not much to say, as we'll have sunshine and dry weather. Some clouds early this morning, then sunny, 84. Tonight, mainly clear and 56. Tomorrow, sunny again, 82. Thursday, a mix of clouds and sunshine back into the low 80s. And a mix of clouds and sunshine on Friday, middle 80s. And maybe no rain here until early next week. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. 79% humidity this morning. Southeast winds at 5 miles an hour. 30.34 is the pressure. That is a high pressure that's going to keep things out of here for a little bit. And we've got no precip in the past 24 hours. Weather brought to you by Southern States.
Whether you use propane for your home or propane on your farm, the source for all of your propane needs is Southern States Glasgow Horse Cave Cooperative. Propane is inexpensive and clean. Have you researched all the propane can do for you? At Southern States, they provide propane for customers who heat and cool their homes, heat water, dry clothes, or even operate your standby generator using reliable propane. Farmers know Southern States meets their needs for seed, feed, and fertilizer year-round. But did you know they also are meeting the demands of many farming operations for propane in this area? Farmer-owned since 1923. Southern States knows your success is our success, so they will do what it takes to keep you in operation. Got questions? Come by our locations in Glasgow or Horse Cave, or call 270-651-6167 in Glasgow or 270-786-2045 in Horse Cave. Reliable delivery, reliable service. We're Southern States, Glasgow Horse Cave. Go to.
Personal service is what it's all about at Bailey Gibson. From the showroom to the service bay, we offer the most up-to-date service and sales available. If you know Dad, you know he's not too keen on high-tech gadgets. His flip phone is about as techy as he gets. Because of Dad's down-to-earth approach in business, Bailey Gibson customers know they can depend on us for the best price on their newer used vehicle. Stop by or give us a call and find out what true personal service is all about.
Come on, give my dandy a call.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
726 at WCLU this morning. I think we ought to tell you about the fact that we are patting on the back Russell and Amy Hawks. It's Russell and Amy Hawks Day here on the radio. Second wedding anniversary. They're good as gold from their friends here at WCLU and Little Taste of Texas. Why don't we go ahead and make it official and review all the birthdays and anniversaries. Brought to you by Ralphie's Fun Center.
When was the last time you got your Ralphie on? What's getting your Ralphie on, you ask? When you're winning prizes and lighting up the score in the arcade, you're getting your Ralphie on. When you're dancing under the lights on roller skates, you've turned on your inner Ralphies. When you bring your coworkers to bowl in the business league, your office staff has clocked in on Ralphie's time. If you suffer from symptoms such as lack of fun, feeling bored, if you get frequent urges to act like it's your birthday, or if you're just not smiling enough, you need to go to Ralphie's. That's Ralphie's Fun Center in Glasgow. A great place for any party, event, field trip, or church group. Get your Ralphie on.
Yeah, and I got to jump in here and tell you that today, as a part of the big fall break celebration out at Ralphie's, today it's $2 laser tag. Now, that sounds like a lot of fun that you can do a lot with during a $2 laser tag matchup. And you can do that today as a part of the fall break blowout at Ralphie's Fun Center. Birthdays today. How about happy birthday going out to Rocky Rochelle Rice? That is Rocky Rochelle Rice. Ann Hodges. Linda Riddle. Melissa White, your mama called up to wish you a happy 47th birthday today. Where did I get 5? Happy 47th for Melissa White. Gary Davis with a birthday. Betty Gentry. Daniel Pointer. Ken Wood out at Bluegrass Sailor. Ken's got a birthday. Mike Ross is celebrating. Anthony Walden. Dixie Lynn Jackson. Brenda Wyatt. Ruby Nunley. And Justin Wood. Justin's 39 today. And, you know, we have the Hawks' second anniversary. They're good as gold. We have another couple of couples having a couple anniversary. It's Luther and Brenda Rainey with their second anniversary, and Buck and Ashley Heiser with their second anniversary. We're up to date, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online here from WCLUradio.com. 61 degrees at 728. Thank you to...
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
It's suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Talk to State Farm agent Mike Bryant in Glasgow today.
The Glasgow EPB is on Facebook and Twitter. Be the first to know when the EPB makes improvements such as new channels or new services. Wondering what's going on during an outage? The EPB provides constantly updated information that you can receive via Twitter on your cell phone. Plus, learn great new tips to lower your bill. On Facebook, just search for Glasgow Electric Plant Board and click the like button at the top right. On Twitter, search for the Glasgow EPB, then follow us and have updates linked to your cell phone. The Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future fast.
61 degrees. Let me tell you what's coming up on the weekend of the 14th. This is a Crossroads 12th Annual Chili Cook-Off is going to be Saturday, October the 14th, 4 until 7 p.m. at their new location on the Square in Glasgow. Several area churches and organizations will be competing for the title of Best Chili in Town. Activities for the kids include games, face painting, bouncy house, bouncy obstacle course, popcorn, snow cones, and more for a $5 armband with entertainment by Jenny Lou. There's going to be a live auction, ice cream by St. Helens Church, carnival games with the dunking booths, and Crossroads information and T-shirt for sale. They've put a lot of thought into it, but mark the calendar here. It's going to be on the 14th of October.
If you find yourself in need of...
Hello.
That'll be $349.07. Sir, I can't take that, and that's only about $120 anyway.
But the Magic Man pays 3 times face value at Glasgow Coin and Jewelry. Watch this.
We can make that happen.
Top dollar guaranteed.
Not to be confused with Magic Mike.
BR Tire. We're always on call and we answer the call. We know that's what keeps our loyal customers coming back season after season, year after year. With so many vying for your business, improving our service is not just a good practice, it's a necessity. From our easy-to-navigate website to our easy-to-deal-with service department, we work hard to make it easy for you to choose us. No one keeps you rolling like BR Tire on Lovers Lane in Bowling Green and West Main Street in Glasgow.
Down to the Quick Stop Shoe Store and check us out.
Thank you, Kaylee. Coming right back, we're going to have some tidbit news for the day, so get ready for that.
Does it seem like...
Finally, I found chicken tenders that can pass as mine, which is nice because I've got better things to do.
Andre, I need a longer straw.
Introducing McDonald's Buttermilk Crispy Tenders, juicy and made with 100% white meat.
We make sure they honor their commitment. We dispute denials and get clear answers on questions of what's covered and what's not. If your insurance company has too much control over your health care, take it back. Glasgow Prescription Center in the Southgate Plaza is on your side.
Shouldn't financial advice focus on you, your goals, challenges, dreams for the future? At Modern Woodman, our goal is to help you plan for your financial security. Our representatives are people you can trust to help bring your dreams to life. Modern Woodman can help you plan for all stages of life, from protection to saving to retirement.
I am Anthony Mite, your Modern Woodman of America rep for South Central Kentucky. Call me today at 427-6807.
Modern Woodman of America, touching lives, securing futures.
All right, it's 7:32 and 60 degrees from WCLU this morning. Let me get the Tidbit News sounder headed up here. Okay, Tidbit News sounder, come on up.
From the north, south, east, west, NEWS, here's the latest news.
Tidbit News from around the world and up the street. It's not necessarily the headlines, but then again, sometimes we actually just need a break from the headlines, don't you think?
I've had enough of these headlines here lately. They're not good. With Las Vegas, Tom Petty. It's just let's hear something else.
Let's calm it down. Well, all right. Let's see here. I better find the tidbit news that I have is not exactly incredibly funny, but nonetheless, it is the news. This story is out of Baltimore this morning, Wes.
All right.
This is police near Baltimore say 4 members of a family, including a toddler, were hurt when a fire pit made out of a washing machine drum exploded.
And how did that happen?
Baltimore County Police said in a news release that officials were called Sunday night to the home of a 65-year-old man in Baltimore, Maryland. Investigators said the man and his son and his son's wife and 2-year-old daughter were sitting around the old bonfire made from the drum of a washing machine. Mm-hmm. Fire officials say an accelerant was used to light the fire and it exploded. So, there was in theory, you put that in a steel drum, it's not going to, burn your yard up.
Right.
Unless it explodes.
Well, my first thought on that was, how do they spell police in Baltimore? Is it P-O-E-L-I-C? Police?
Well, it could be.
Like Edgar Allan Poe?
Yeah, it could be.
Because, the Ravens are named after that poem.
Yes, that's
Baltimore,
right.
right?
That's right.
I'm thinking maybe they're the police instead of the police.
Interesting indeed to think about that. The police, that's pretty creative, son.
So, all right. Next time, just scrap it out.
Yeah.
Put some bricks around and build a fire.
Yeah. Don't just washing machine drum thing. Doesn't sound all that safe, does it?
Unless you're here in Barron County, then hold off between the hours of 6 a.m. and 6 p.m.
Story number 2. Overhead signs in Iowa read, "Old Taylor can't come to the phone right now. She's driving." On "Look What You Made Me Do," Taylor Swift sings, "I'm sorry, the old Taylor can't come to the phone right now." Why? 'Cause she's dead. Well, the Iowa Department of Transportation has started using the adapted lyrics as part of its Zero Fatalities campaign. Did you get that?
Kind of.
Lyric from the new Taylor Swift song is going to be used to try to stop people from looking at their phones while driving.
And do we have that song?
Let's see here. Let me look over here. Jason. Well, what we have is "Look What You Made Me Do." I don't know that we have "Old Taylor Can't Come to the Phone." But that might be that. I don't know. You've asked tough questions here. I'll work on it in a second, all right?
That's fine.
The state has a new theme. Every Monday, the drivers are encouraged to send in their safety ideas for the state's 70 permanent overhead boards. They're only 18 characters long and over 3 lines, so you have to be snappy to grab the attention.
Here's what I think about it. I think that that maybe they've not thought about it all the way through.
Yeah.
You know, they say don't text and drive.
Yeah.
Well, texting is just a very small part of what that device can do.
That's right.
How about just, hey, don't mobile and drive or something, you know, because I might not be texting and driving, but I might be, you know, checking Facebook.
Yeah, you could be.
Or email, or, I mean.
Well, that's what they seem to be trying to do, is get people to quit from looking at the phone.
Yeah, because, I mean, if you do that all the time and you continue to do that in your car, then bad things have and can happen. And so, yeah, I think they ought to, because I think that when people say, oh, don't text and drive, I think that means, well, I'm not texting, you know, but it's still a distraction.
If I'm reading my text, I'm still texting.
The way I look at it is, you wouldn't text while you're about to shoot a gun, and that vehicle you're operating is just as dangerous.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it for sure. And so, in 2016, 404 people were killed on Iowa's roads, and officials are using the campaign to try to reduce that number.
Well, anything they can do, I think, is a good thing.
Yeah, that's Iowa there. I'll check on those lyrics here just in a minute. One last story here to wrap it up, if I can find where I put it. There it is. This is, you talk about a stalemate. This is out of Boston this morning.
Okay.
There's a historic Boston church that's asking a developer to pay them $19 million to compensate for the shadows that are going to be cast by the proposed tower.
Really?
The Boston Globe is reporting that the Old South Church claims the proposed Back Bay Station project will cast shadows on the 142-year-old church that'll cause moisture damage and darken stained glass.
But it'll help with the air conditioning.
Church officials say $4 million of the payment will go toward repairs of the church, while the remainder will fund an affordable home program. Project developer Boston Properties.
Wait a minute. So there's extra. So did they sue?
No, they're asking for prepayment of messes they're going to cause whenever they get done building this tower.
Okay. All right. Gotcha.
$4 million of payment. The remainder is going to be used for these affordable home programs. Project developer Boston Properties says the request is unreasonable.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to have to agree with that.
The company says it's unlikely the projected shadows would cause significant damage to the church. Boston Properties plans to build 3 offices and apartment towers on the top of a train depot. I'm not familiar with Boston, but that's probably in the middle of a busy part of town.
I'm no lawyer, but I feel like from a legal standpoint, okay, so you're requesting this money as if it were some sort of a civil settlement.
Yeah.
You know, you don't sue for maybe not sue, but you don't ask for and we need some extra money too for this charity we want to do. You know, take care of the damage you're going to cause. I can understand.
Well, here's what I think. I think that they never wanted that office tower to go there in the first place. The only way they could have to stop it is to say, look, you're going to cause damage to our building in the future, so pay up now.
So really, it's not the issue that they're talking about as much as it is they're just not happy.
That's what it appears to me, but that's just my opinion. We'll see how that works out, but nonetheless, it was $19 million for the future damage that your shadows are going to cause on our church.
I don't quite get it, but I mean, I've never been there, so.
Well, you know, we'll keep updated on it. All right.
I mean, I think it is definitely good to keep in check, though. Okay, how big of a building are you going to build next door to me?
Yeah.
And you know, I mean, I think it's a legitimate request.
Yeah.
You know, probably a planning and zoning issue, but you know, the thing. See, they lost me whenever they were talking about different housing options.
Yeah.
You know, That's like, hey, we're going to take your money because you're corporate America,
and we'll use it for something else.
Yeah, and I don't necessarily. I agree. I like charity, but you know, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that they're just trying to get all they can get out of these people.
Well, let's see where we're going. All right.
All right.
Thanks a lot. Tidbit news for this morning.
The medical field has advanced tremendously over the last few decades, but for patients, it becomes more and more difficult to get an appointment with your primary care provider. However, the Tony Hogan Health Clinic offers an alternative, more old-fashioned, laid-back approach. So it's no coincidence they're located in the Mars Medical Building, a place that's always been known for its patient-first mentality. Whether it's a walk-in or a scheduled visit, Tony Hogan, nurse practitioner, and his staff are there to make sure you get the treatment you deserve. The Tony Hogan Health Clinic, 270-651-6707.
Good morning, friends. We've been hearing a lot in recent months about making America great again. All sorts of statements have been put forth as to what will or can be done to achieve this greatness. America will not be made great until America turns its heart and soul back to Jehovah God. We will not be made great by isolating ourselves from the rest of the world, by building walls, nor by any of the off-the-cuff legislation coming from Congress, the Supreme Court, or the White House. In order to be considered a great nation, we must firmly believe in the dignity of human life. We must stop murdering the unborn. America must get back to a belief in the traditional family of the Bible, one man with one woman for life. We must immediately get rid of all practices which discriminate against a person because of their race, their nationality, or their sex. Prejudice is sin. It's that simple. People must give an honest day's work for an honest day's pay. Somewhere along the line, we left God out of our educational centers as well as many of our homes. That has to be reversed. God cannot be locked out of the classrooms nor forgotten in our homes, or we will reap disaster as a result. We already have in many cases. Greatness will only be achieved when we believe in and practice morality as taught in the Bible. We must allow all people to have freedom of religion, and yet we must reject the foolish notion that we must have freedom from religion. Wake up, America. This is Danny Wyatt for the Refuge Church of Christ.
Legendberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Legendberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Legendberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
At Fire Pit Spirits, our #1 priority is responsibility. Number 2 and number 3 are our great service and our huge selection. So if you do drink alcohol, we want you to do so responsibly. Get the service you deserve in our store or in our convenient drive-thru window. You can even call ahead at 678-BEER and we'll have it ready for you. We built our store from the ground up to ensure the largest selection and variety. But if we don't have what you're looking for, let us know. We appreciate your business here at Fire Pit Spirits in Glasgow.
Williams, 60 degrees at WCLU. Coming up, we have the live and local 8 o'clock morning edition here just in a moment. And what else are we going to do? Well, I was going to tell you about Miss Gertrude Taylor, called up earlier this morning. Miss Gertrude Taylor is 93 years young, and she wanted to let me know that she remembered when the poorhouse in Barron County was out on the Roseville Road, and she remembers that well. And you know, that's I guess that's what this community referred to it as the county farm. I think that's what it was, if I remember correctly. The county farm was that was the name of that out there. And if you remember, let's see. Independence Day by Martina McBride. It refers to a family having to move to the county home. So you see, we've got the poorhouse and the county home and those kind of things. But nonetheless, that's the way it was referred to. It's 7:45 at WCLU. We'll come right back. Who knows what we're going to get into here this morning.
Making your funeral arrangements in advance.